Hey, well, hello. This is Pam Blair, aka Poetic Melody, coming to you from my art room. Welcome back to our virtual poetry den. We are rolling into our third week of National Poetry Month, and we're still under this stay at home mandate. I hope you had a chance to see and be inspired by our first virtual poetry den that we rolled out at the beginning of the month. If not, you can always check it out on our Facebook page. I believe that iron sharpens iron. I feel the same way about creative minds. I feel creative minds inspire other creative minds. Um, this is why we do this. Writing also provides an outlet for feelings and expressions, especially as we move through these uncertain times. As I said, I'm so excited to present to you a new group of poets that have inspired me and who have also been using their talents to inspire their own communities. So shout out to Serena Z, J.E. Mize, Dawn, Victoria, John, my guy Lonnie, Cameron, Howard, and Day Bryant. I encourage you grab a cup of joe or your favorite beverage, turn up the volume or insert your earbuds and enjoy.
Hey everybody, my name is Serena and I am going to do a little bit of spoken word for you. This poem is called Burning Bridges. I'm burning bridges, jumping ditches, trick on winning. Tunnel vision got me keeping one a digging. They tell you that you shouldn't really burn your bridges. Or when's the last time you really need them sissies? I'm on another level on a plane, sis. Some people salty and I'm on the shit list. I don't give a flip, I don't give a I've been doing this since Genesis. Promoters want me to feature rhyme for free, but I'd rather do it for a really nice fee. I'm at the point where I can take it or leave it. I don't need the mic, keep it. About to take my skills to another level. Reboot, revamp, remix, repackage, repurpose, refix. Optimize my online biz, covert, overt, whatever works. Different streams of revenue come first. That's why I'm not doing every show, unless it increase my future network. Increase household net worth through gifts given to me from birth. All these years been laying groundwork. Some dormant woke in me about the birth. So sit back, relax, watch your boss go to work. I got rhymes and make your feelings wanna hurt. I'm burning bridges, jumping ditches, trick of winning. Tunnel vision got me keeping wanna digging. They tell you that you shouldn't really burn your bridges. Well, when's the last time you really need them sissies?
I've been thinking a lot lately about the dedicated healthcare workers that are risking their lives to care for and support those who are the most vulnerable and most at risk in our society right now. A few years back, I had the privilege of working as a hospital chaplain, and in that role, I daily experienced people who are encountering grief and death and loss. After my experience working there, I was reflecting on that time, and I wrote this poem about that grief and that loss. This poem is called For My Wife, When I Die. When I die, I want you to laugh. Like a fall out your chair, feet in the air, deep belly laugh. And I want the memories of our play to curve a smile on your face. I want you to sing. Maybe slightly off key. And listen for the dissonance. Just know that it's okay if you never sing on pitch again. And it's okay if you do. When I die, I want you to cry and catch each teardrop that falls from your eyes, bottle them up. And when there is enough, I want you to use them to water our garden so you can see that life can spring up from grief and that hope is more than just belief. You can taste it. Watch it bloom. When I die, I want you to eat. Maybe some blackberries, because You love blackberries and would never keep them around the house because they cost too much, but don't worry about that now. Just let your fingers and your tongue get black and blue from something sweet. When I die, I want you to rest. And then I want you to wake up, and then I want you to rest, and then I want you to wake up, and then I want you to rest, and then I want you to wake up until you can take this clay cup and drink the fray up, until you don't have to rely on trying anymore. And I still want you to laugh. Because when I die, I want you to dance in the kitchen. I want you to play in the park. I want you to sit in the sunset, watch the stars light the dark. I want you to fight. I want you to scream. I want you to hope. I want you to dream. I want you to love and be loved, to take and to give. Because when I die, I want you to live. I just want you to live.
Hi, I'm Dawn Burns, and this piece is called River, Thank You. River, thank you, river. Hear my cry and take it away. River, take my worry right down into the light. River, thank you, river. Take my soul, let me feel your flow. You and the blue sky, heal me, third eye. Open up my heart, light up from source and the angels. The best I can do is to thank you. Fear and woe, send you on down the river. Heartbreak, send you on down the river. Sickness, send you on down the river. Negativity, send you on down the river. One who hurts other souls, right on down the river. Despair, greed, self-obsession, darkness, down the river, right down into the light. Whisper to me your secret, let me laugh with you. I'll listen to anything you say, learn from you along the way. Keep flowing, keep on moving. Little bird laughs with you too. There's a lesson for her. River, thank you, river. Hear me, hear my cry and take it away. River, take my worry. River, thank you.
Dear someone, I never thought it was me. In elementary school, I lived life. In middle school, I just wanted to be liked. In high school, now high school is something else. Because while trying to be liked, I was also finding myself, and the self that I was finding wasn't the self that they wanted from me. So what now? Do I keep trying to fit in with that crowd? You know, the one that drinks, parties, and smokes loud. Why do I keep trying to fit in with that crowd? I came to college, still kind of lost. Who am I kidding? I was so lost in that thick sauce that I couldn't even see. Eyes wide open, yet I was only staring at me. Am I good enough? Do these people even like me? Am I pretty enough? The questions never cease, my mind only clinging on to what others think of me. But then I met someone. And to be real, he changed my life. He opened my eyes to the beauty in which I was blind. Now, this is not meant to be a love poem, so I'm going to just slow that down. But I wanted y'all to know he's the one who unveiled my crown. The crown that I never knew existed. The crown that was drowned out by my own insecurities and lack of maturity. But one bright shine doesn't make the thoughts go away. I was still consumed in myself and how I looked every day, and because I judged every part of my existence, I did the same to my brothers and my sisters. So I'm sorry, dear someone. I'm sorry that you were the one receiving my judgment. I'm sorry that I let selfishness crush our friendship. Dear someone, It was incredibly difficult coming to terms with who I am. But God, I thank you for showing me at last, because only now am I able to correct my wrong. Only now am I able to stand up and sing my fight song. I've started to look at people differently. I no longer pick and choose my friends based on their level of cool or luckiness in the gene pool, because guess what? We all have our own story, and all I long to do is learn about yours. So dear someone, I never thought it was me, but it was.
New management. Coyotes roaming the streets of San Francisco, finding their ways into classic vinyl shops. Raccoons construct a pirate radio station from the shuttered electronics warehouse. They build it on the abandoned pigeon coop on the roof of the apartments where Kerouac once lived. A possum in Wayfarer spins classic jazz. Charlie Parker and Vince Giraldi on AM 1270. Foxes and rabbits dance in the moonlight. Predation unnecessary with so much trash to eat. Poodles are safe now since the coyotes discovered Carl's Jr. Moonlight howls blend with hard bop as the fog rolls in.
All right, y'all. I wanted to thank Pam Blair for allowing me to contribute. The poem I'm going to read is one I wrote a few years ago, but I got to thinking a lot more about it after I watched the movie Parasite. Parasite deals with class, and in the movie there's a link between class and cleanliness, particularly smell. And so anyway, you should watch the movie Parasite. It's good. But it also got me to think about this poem recently with the coronavirus and our, hand washing and the economics that has gone along with this crisis. Anyway, this poem is called The More Clean. First, they will teach you cleanliness is next to godliness, morality, and the lack of. Next, they will give you hygiene, a choice, and etiquette, a responsibility. Then one day, you will see someone so clean, it commands deference, and you will want what they have. And what they have will bestow upon you a new understanding, a new interpretation of clean. A currency to be measured, to be wielded, to step over anyone less clean and cast shame like a shadow. To be accepted into an identity with the power to designate the unclean and decree. To be seen as unclean is to be unworthy of being seen, of being heard, of being. And it will feel so good to be clean. And it will feel so good to be worthy. And the more clean you become, the more clean you will need to be. And it will feel like you can do anything as long as it is done to someone less clean. And the less clean they become, the more clean you will need to be. And when nothing more of you can be washed, the more clean you will need to be. And when nothing more of you can be clean, the more clean you will need to be. And the more clean you need to be, the more you will need to have others think you are still becoming clean. To have others know who is less clean. To have others believe they too are less clean. And the closer you get to morality and the lack of, you will have no choice but to retreat and rely on rumors. And when nothing more of you can be seen, only you will be able to see how more clean you have become. Thank you all very much.
This piece I want to share with you was asked of me to write, and I thought it would be very appropriate for the times that we're in, and it also provides some memory once we get beyond this. It's called Arise 2020. Spring has arrived, but I dare not go outside to greet her, meet her. So every day I go to the window to intentionally see her through the blinds. And now, breaking news, there's an elephant in the room, and it's not safe to assume that anyone is immune. Counting the days as Christ knew that Palm Sunday was the beginning of his conviction. A cup he did not pass was his own crucifixion. And these biblical stories were not meant to bore you, but inform you that he is familiar with this life set before you. And if only our happily ever afters included no sorrow, and being with you outnumbered these days that now feel so awkward, I'd remember. I'd remember all that matters. In a world that's filled with so much chatter is an altar that holds something sacred, built to recount things conquered and things that were complicated. I'd remember the one in whom I chose to believe, the one who inspired you to watch this message virtually. Suffering he also received. If hope springs eternally in places we cannot see, then why consume our thoughts with worry when goodness and mercy he gave us for the journey? Let us walk in shoes laced in peace. May the souls of man leave footprints in the sand that God is with me. Starve our unbelief. Close your eyes and visualize a place of grace where God can arise and invade our space. Thank you.
Pinch. The touted teacher said, "We all spring for happiness." Said, "We all fail." How there's a whittled way, murmured maze, an incorrigible corridor. I can't ascertain. I'm crafting crane a paper kite, sailing it wherever I can. I'm wrapping wings with grandma's gaillardias, hoping they stay off the ground. The teacher talked of suffering, curtailing. My kite, pared down, almost touched the sea between ankle and handle. I debated tugging the string like a lumberjack, sawing down an ancient tree, of contracting a seagull to placate impossibly ornery aerospatial undulation. How grandma dances in cemeteries of sunflowers. Each petal a path, a wing. I left the lecture with a finger folded. Somehow, it didn't crinkle. If it's because of a seagull, I don't care. I'll take any cleft I can get, any recollection of air.
Hey everybody, this is Howard Dukes with the contribution to the Virtual Poetry Den. I hope everyone is staying safe, and I guess this poem kind of explains how I feel about what's going on right now. I just wrote it, I don't have a title for it. I hope you enjoy it. In this long winter of sickness, death, isolation, my home has become my office, my church, my gym, my restaurant, the place I retreat, not to be protected from microscopic killers, but to protect those who protect me, feed me, care for me, from me. Thank you.
This poem was inspired by an interview that I heard with a fellow who was explaining the human immune system. He was explaining that the immune system has not changed since back in the ago when stress for us involved running away from things that wanted to eat us. We don't have that problem anymore, but we still have stress. The immune system back then would make decisions the same way as it makes them now. And that is, it would prioritize what it was it wanted to fight. He explained it in terms of the cold sore. The virus for the cold sore is in all of our mouths, and sometimes we get cold sores and sometimes we don't. And the reason for that is because when there's nothing going on, we're not running away from the modern day lions, then the immune system can use its resources to take care of the cold sore. If, however, we do need to run away from today's lions, which is stress in these days, then the immune system decides that it's more important for us to run away from the lion than to manage our cold sore virus. So it decides for us in the same kind of way that it decided back in a long time ago. So I wrote this poem for these days of the coronavirus. When you're being chased by a lion, the cold sore can wait. The human immune system, amazing, primordial, unfathomable, in 1,000 ways, no matter electron microscopes and digital imaging, within our bodies, but beyond our grasp, lies the catalyst to jumpstart the fight against this tiny creature that has brought a planet to its knees. A contemporary David and Goliath story, without the thinly veiled ethical pronouncements about what is true and right and just and good. We carry within us the capacity to recover or completely avoid devastating physical harm. Chickenpox, measles, mumps, polio, names whose power is so far behind us that today a whole generation is at risk. As parents debate over immunizations, we have become complacent, even smug, about our resiliency. This virus is novel. There is no blueprint. Nowhere in our impressive genetic arsenal that stretches back across eons Is there a plan for fighting this virus? Therefore, infections rise, bodies fall, economies and industries grind to a halt, cities close, countries shut down. But this virus reigns. Catastrophic flaws have been revealed under the tremendous pressure to flatten the curve. Flatten the curve. Choices were made. Prices were paid. Testament to hatreds held so dear that pretty words were created to rationalize why people with the least are less. And so, they are the masters of their own destruction. Devastation roars through neighborhoods already on the edge, devouring families and strangers and lives and livelihoods. Is there a place in all of this for solidarity, for the beloved community, for evolution, for revolution? Or are these the things that we will tell ourselves can wait? And that's that piece.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us again. Stay safe, be well until we see one another again. Thank you.